The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 6th, otherwise known as the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it at 877-927-6648. Now, if you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always send me an email. That you send to steve@tfnn.com. And if you'd be kind enough to put radio show question inside that subject heading. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. We got a sea of red out there. All the U.S. indices trading to the downside. All the sectors, well, all the sectors with the exception of the XLU, trading to the downside. So the Dow's off 191, about 0.5%. S&P, 1% or 43 points. NASDAQ 100, 1.5%, 187 points. Russell, 0.9 or 16. Semis down 1 6/10. That's 44 points to the downside. Gold's up $10. Silver's up 18 cents. Light sweet crude is back $1.80. Natural gas is off 11 cents, and the 30-year Treasury printing up 22 ticks. 129.16 is the print there. Lead the charge. Dollar-wise, the upside, you've got Signet Jewelers, $11 or 20%. Ferguson is up 4%, $4.60. Textron up 4.46 or 6%. LPL Financial up about 2%, and Elevance Health is up 0.7%. That's $4. To the downside, leading the charge, it's AutoZone, down about 5%, $118. Enphase Energy, 7% or $22. Murata Therapeutics, 20% or $17. Charter Communications, $16, 4%. O'Reilly Automotive is down 15. Domino's Pizza is down 14. So we've got some movers and we've got some shakers out there. Let's first begin by taking a look at the ES Mini. We had a request to take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart for the ES Mini. So let's go take a look at each of the 30-minute charts, see if there's any kind of signals out here. So this one is for Mr. Bill inside the Tiger's Den. Mr. Bill wanted to see what the TD9 counts were for the ES Mini. I've got it, Bill, in bar number 6 that would be forming now. We can see that we do have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that's been triggered. Those are the black diagonal lines. If this were to generate a bullish reversal candle, that would confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. As far as the TD9 counts, well, you're on the half-hour chart. You're in bar number 6, so you're looking at about within the next couple hours. You could. Don't know if we will or won't, but you could see a TD9 count bottom pattern out there. In fact, each of the 30-minute time frame charts are in sync with each other with regard to their TD9 counts, Mr. Bill. So each right now are in the process of forming bar number 6 during this 30-minute cycle out there. So I hope that helped to answer your question with regard to that. We won't stop there. We're just going to get off of the 30-minute time frame charts and go take a look at the daily time frame, see if we can get any other kind of feel for the multiple time frames that you and I like to look at. So now as we take a look at the multiple time frames, first we've got the daily. The daily time frame did form a new profile. No, it was a profile that formed last week, and its area of support is 39.39. Right now we're trading at 39.67. out there. So as long as price holds the 39.39, that's really the buy the dip area. And if price closes below that, that would suggest that we've got something else going on. What do you mean something else going on, Stevie? Well, I tell you what, let's just change screens for a moment. We'll come back to this one. We'll try to go back and forth. Mr. Bill will be my wingman. If I forget to do that, he'll just simply let me know in a nice way. Here is the daily time frame charts for the 4 equity future contracts. You're paying attention to the left side. The left side is the ES up at the top, the Dow or the YM down at the bottom. Since the October lows out there, we can see that the bottom of their profiles, each of their profiles, have acted as support. That's why I suggested to you that if we did see it close below 39.39, that would signal a change in trend for the ES Mini. Otherwise, that is the buy the dip point out here. In the case of the Dow, that number's at 33,429. The NASDAQ out there, it has formed a new profile. We took a look at that yesterday. Price is trading below that. But really what we have out here in the NASDAQ is more of a consolidation. The same panel, the same chart pattern that I've drawn in on the Russell 2000 just below it. So that pattern looks about like this. This is how I would pretty much draw it in there. The top, that's pretty easy to identify. And quite frankly, I think the bottom as well. So we've just got sideways rectangular consolidations for the NQ and for the Russell 2000, which is testing, in essence, the bottom of its consolidation as we speak. So what we can say right now, at 11:12 in the morning, when we take a look at the daily time frame charts for each of the equity futures contracts, is nothing has been broken, at least just yet. Now, if we take a look at market rep, let's pull that table over here. We'll take a look at the NASDAQ 100 first. Bullish for the weekly, bullish for the daily, hanging on by the hair of its chinny chin chin. You've got 29 instruments trading above the top of its daily profile, 21 trading below the bottom out there. But nonetheless, it is still bullish as price moves towards the bottom of that consolidation. In the case of the S&P 500, the daily time frame, it has 161 instruments above profile, 96 below, as prices in trading inside that bullish structured daily profile level out there. So again, 39.39 is a key level to be watching during the day. That is the buy the dip area. But of course, if we have a buy the dip area, we need to see some kind of support or bottoming signals is really what I should say on the intraday time frame charts. Does it have to be on each of them? No, it doesn't. You'd like that, but you don't always get what you want. And if we take a look at the 5-hour time frame chart, we can see that the ES Mini is getting back to an area that is held as support. It's a TD9 count breakout level. It's been tested 3 different times since it formed. That number is 39.50. So you could see a spike to 39.50. Even below that, it'll depend upon, that's a 5-hour time frame chart that we're looking at. It's panel number 2 from the upper left out there. But we can see that price is making its way back to a support level. Now, the other time frames out there, we don't have any kind of bottom signals. I take that back. 10-minute time frame chart does have a TD9 count bottom. Price needs to get above that oscillator and change line, currently at about the 39.67 level, in order to suggest that there's any mojo. Now, that mojo would have a battle at 39.76 as well, and if price can close above that, 4,005 is the print. The other instruments, the other time frames, not other instruments, the other time frames out there do not have a bottoming pattern yet. We talked about the 30-minute time frame chart. That is the third from the right on the bottom out there. And again, that is requiring a bullish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator signal out there. So what we know about the ES Mini, this price is pulling back to support. It can go a little bit further. It hasn't gotten all the way down there. 39.50, 39.39 are the areas that we're going to watch out there. And as long as those levels hold, well, you can't bust them down. Price will try to bust them to the upside. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. When we get back from this break, we're going to look at Nike, Caterpillar, Gold and Silver, and Procter & Gamble. We'll be right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstad's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstad breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 260, S&P's up 47, Dow's NASDAQ 100 up 191. We're taking a look at the chart here for Nike. The 3 charts, 4 charts actually is what we'll take a look at, the daily, weekly, and the monthly time frame. Let's begin with the monthly time frame. We've got a nice TD9 count bottom at TD9 count breakout support. That was at 84.11. This suggests that over time, Nike wants to make a move up to that oscillator and change line, currently printed at 121.60. On the weekly time frame, a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom there. Price made its way up to resistance, which was close to the TD9 count breakdown, a resistance level of 113.73. That's a real key level for you to watch longer term, Dan. But the daily time frame says timeout. Timeout because it formed a TD9 count. It did that 3 days ago. Yesterday was bar number 9. It'll complete that pattern today. Price is below the green oscillator and change line. So the next level or the next battle for Nike is going to be the top of its daily profile. The top of that profile, Dan, is 107.58. If price closes below that, the next battle will be at 105.84. The center of its profile, and a close below that would bring into play the bottom of that profile at 102.37. But before price can get to 102.37, it could be just simply pulling back to its TD9 count breakout level, and that's at 103.84. Those are the 4 battles. Right now, I would call this more of a neutral signal because price is above. I'd really call it a neutral signal if it closed back above 108.62 or so. That's the green oscillator and change line, because then you'd have price above the green oscillator and change line. Tells you about strong momentum to the upside, and you'd be over the top of the profile. But short of that, it suggests that price will head lower. Now, when we look at the 30-minute time frame chart out here for Nike, what we will see is this formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator top. It gapped to the downside at 10 o'clock in the morning. It did that yesterday. It's continued that move lower. You're in bar number 6 on a 30-minute basis. So I would say the price target area is 105.55. I'm not saying price will get down there, but that certainly becomes a price target area out there for Nike. So all in all, not too bad, all things considering. Intermediate term wise, Nike looks very, very, very good. Let's go take a look at Caterpillar out here. This one is for Joey D in the Tiger's Den. Caterpillar, will just take just a moment here for these charts to go ahead and form. But it's trading out at 230.51. It's well above its weekly profiles. It is consolidating with inside its monthly profile, and that's between the range of 191.81 to 246.69. On a daily time frame, we can see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that was confirmed, and it was confirmed on the trading day of November 15th. So far, that's led to pretty much just a sideways move out here, no areas of support being broken. And what Stevie means by that is the area of support that would need to be broken to suggest that there's something else going on here in Caterpillar would be room 222. I used to watch that show as a kid. 222 is the number. That's the bottom of its current daily profile. Now, price is trying to get back inside that profile. It'll accomplish that mission with the close today below 230.50. So weekly chart looks pretty good. Monthly chart looks pretty good. Daily chart says it's a timeout. If we look at the 30-minute time frame chart for Caterpillar, we'll see that it is now in bar number 8. Last time that this formed a bottom out here was with a TD9 count. That was back at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, back on November 30th. That took price all the way up to its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. It eventually formed a TD9 count top. It does that at 10 o'clock in the morning on December 2nd. So perhaps the third time will be a charm out there. And that says watch for a TD9 count that could form between 11:30 and 12:30 this afternoon. So I'd say that's what I'd be watching for Caterpillar. So Joey D, inside the Tiger's Den, that's your Caterpillar charts. I hope that helps you out. And thanks so much for your request. Next question is from Jimmy D. And Jimmy wants to take a look at both gold and silver. To do that, we'll switch over to our multi-time frame charts out here. Again, this will take a moment or two to go ahead and populate. But let's get this going. We're in the February contract, Stevie. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. So now we'll get the gold charts out there. Gold right now, let's see here. Give me a moment. Gold right now. So we're taking a look at, oh, that's not the chart I want. So gold right now is trading slightly higher in dollars, slightly higher in euros, higher in yen, lower in pounds out there. So we've got a little bit of a conflict out here. Here's what we've got on the daily time frame. You've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping pattern or signal out there, but no bearish reversal candle. And price right now testing support, which is the green oscillator and change line. So Jimmy, as long as price holds that momentum line, 1785.40 out there, you've really got kind of a neutralish type of a signal, not a bearish signal out here at all. But if price closes below that level, that would then suggest to move back to the 1756 area. On a 5-hour time frame chart, you've got wave number 7, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price did find support near the bottom of its profile, and that was at 1782. If we look at the 4-hour time frame chart, nothing helping us out there. Nothing helping us out on the 120, nor though you do have a nothing helping us on the 60. Price on the 30-minute time frame chart out here for Goldilocks did pull back, found support at its TD9 count breakout level. That was at 1:30 this morning, and again at 2:30. This is on the 30-minute time frame out there. So this suggests that gold, if it continues to move higher, it's going to have 3 different battles. This is the 30-minute time frame: 1787, 1790, and finally 1793. If gold closes above 1793, Jimmy, it should make its way up to the 1809 level. That's what I see when I take a look at the gold charts. Let's go take a look at hi-ho silver. Silver is the March contract, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not mistaken out there, because that's what we're going to go ahead and populate these charts with. So silver yesterday, Jimmy, did complete a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. It could confirm a TD9 count top as well. In order to do that, price needs to just simply close the day above bar number 5. As soon as these charts populate, I can tell you what that needs to be. That close would be anything above 2178, a likely occurrence. Now, even though you've got a daily TD9 count, a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, likely a TD9 count top that'll be confirmed today, what price is also doing, though, it's testing its green oscillator and change line. And as long as it holds that level, then conditions here for silver are really more neutral than they are bearish. Now, in the case of silver, the black background charts and the white background charts have 2 different profile levels. And the black background charts, and I'm not showing those right now, there's a new profile. There's attempting to form today. And that profile has support at 2210 and resistance at 22.89. Write those down on your pad of paper. A close below 22.10 would signal trouble. Now, at 22.10 on the white background charts, which is what we're looking at right now, that happens to be the top of its daily profile. Which one is right? They're both right. Now, it's possible that the white background charts will adjust its profile at day's end. I don't know. We use them both right now. What we do know about silver, it's holding a key level of support. That's that green oscillator change line on the daily time frame. That price is 22.33. The intraday charts out there, not really seeing any kind of a bottom pattern at all. Yeah, no bottom pattern. So you got to keep our eyes on the daily time frame chart for silver. So, Jimmy, that was gold and silver. If there was additional information that you needed that I just simply somehow overlooked, please let me know, and we'll certainly get back to that. Otherwise, thank you so much for the request. The next request coming in from Dave L. Dave L. wants to take a look at PG and Coma ABX. I don't know where I wrote that one. Let me write down PG out there. Maybe that wasn't Dave L. I'll try to get stuff straightened out. And the break is going to save me. So we get back, we're going to take a look at Procter & Gamble. I'll figure out who that is for. And we're going to take a look at all the other instruments that we have requests for. Of course, I'd love to hear from you. And that number is 877-927-6648 or Steve at TFNN.com.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 232, S&P's off 42, NASDAQ 100, 168. We're looking at Procter & Gamble. This is for Kamoa inside the Tiger's Den. Kamoa, Procter & Gamble is completing and A to B equals CD to the upside. It's generating a sell the D point, at least as of 11:30. Now, the reason is because it has generated a bearish reversal candle. Right now, it is a bearish engulfing candle. At 11:30 in the morning, it's too early to call that candle. We need to see what that candle formation is at day's end. But assuming that it closes somewhere around here, you would then get a bearish engulfing candle that would confirm a sell the D point. However, much like we took a look at with a couple of those other instruments, we can also see that price right now is trading above the top of its daily profile and its green oscillator and change line. That's that green oscillator and change line. That's really going to be the key for you. And right now, that is currently printing at about 148.41. As long as price remains above that, then what we have out here is really a neutral signal. Now, this sell the D point pattern is taking place at its second TD9 count breakdown level of 150.13. And if price can close above 150.13, well, then it's on its merry way to higher price. Higher price to where? Well, 152.08 would be the next battleground. That is the top of a new monthly profile for Procter & Gamble out there. Weekly chart looks good. No resistance area out here. So you got to watch the daily. The daily, again, confirming a sell the D point, at least as of 11:30, but price is trading above its green oscillator and change line, so its overall signal is neutral. The 30-minute time frame, which does have a Rhodes momentum indicator top, has pretty much just been trading sideways out here. Let me just update this real quickly. Did that? It did. So you do have a TD9 count bottom that, well, it will form if by noon, it's 11:31 right now, if by noon price closes below 148.84. So if you close below 148.84, you'll get a TD9 count bottom for the 30-minute time frame, and that could then send you up to the 149.21, 149.50 level out there. So that's Procter & Gamble, Kamoa. Hope that helps you out. If there's any other information needed, please go ahead and feel free to write in on the Tiger's Den. BX is the next ticker symbol out here. That one is the one that is for Dave L. Stevie got his you-know-what together out there. So let's go get this chart here populated. And this is Blackstone. And so we take a look at Blackstone right now. It's trading out at 80.35. That is lower for the day, by the way. And it is taking on a prior swing point. So let's go take a look at this little swing point test out here. The swing point on a daily basis is October 13th. 5.4 million shares, 5.388 to be exact. So far today, we're at 4.1. So this is pushing into that swing point with volume. That says that a close below 86.31 is going to, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't the right price. A close below 79.55. 79.55 is going to suggest lower price. Right now, you are testing that swing point. It is doing it with volume. It can still reject it. If it rejects it, it says you're still back down there, at least testing that level. So, doesn't have a I can't say that it's a bottom. Getting back to test that level right now. If it does hold, and then it tests it, let's say tomorrow on lighter volume, that would be your test of a swing point on lighter volume. If you can't bust them down, price would try to bust them up. On the daily time frame, Dave, that would take you up into the 86.90 area. On a weekly basis, also testing that prior swing, but it's only Tuesday. You've got a monthly TD9 count out there. That says that if we close below, and this is, this is December, so we've got a couple weeks out here. But if price did close below 79.55, that would suggest that Blackstone wants to make a run to 51.02. And I would say, based on some things that I have read recently, that is a likely outcome out here. So I'd be careful if you're trying to play Blackstone to the upside. In fact, all the information right now is suggesting that this thing does want to move lower, and that 51.02 is waiting to be tested out there. So that's the current patterns that are inside of Blackstone as we speak. Hope that helps you out. Hector and the fuel injectors right in. Hector wants to take a look at SCCO, the copper stock. Let's actually read Hector's question out here. It goes like this. Happy Taco Tuesday. Thank you. Same to you. Looking for the OUL support and resistance, please. And questioning, asking if there's an A to B equals CD to the upside on a daily basis. Out here over the last few years, we've used SCCO as a canary in the coal mine to dictate the move in oil. On the way up, SCCO sells off first. On the way down, SCCO turns up first. Very cool. Cool pattern. Thank you for sharing that, Hector and Patty, with all of the denners out there. You say SCCO chart is telling us the move down in oil is baloney. Well, let's just take a look at what Southern Copper is communicating to us. I know you were asking about the A to B equals CD pattern, and sure, I see one in here. More important, though, is that yesterday this confirmed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Now, price did close below its green oscillator and change line yesterday. It's still trading below it, it being 61.56 as we speak. As long as price remains below that, then what we should see is a further move lower for Southern Copper. Now, Southern Copper's target to the downside, let me see if I can find anything else out here, appears to be 56.33. And 56.33 is the top of its daily profile. On a weekly basis, you do have bar number 9 that will or should form this week. Well, here, let me start over. You did form bar number 8 last week. You need bar number 9 to confirm a TD9 count top, Hector. And in order to do that, you need to see it close on Friday above 60.39. We're trading at 61.35. So you've got a daily Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. You've got the potential for a TD9 count top in Southern Copper on the weekly time frame. We will not know until we get to Friday. The monthly chart out here looks pretty good. Quite frankly, price above the top of the monthly profile and above its green oscillator and change line. So it's really the daily that you've got to keep an eye on. Let's go take a look at the 30-minute chart out here for Southern Copper. And this formed a TD9 count top. I don't really have a bottom pattern per se out here. But the price is trading above its green oscillator and change line. So it looks like Southern Copper wants to rally out there. And that's about all that I've got for you. So your question was the oscillator and change line. We've given it to you on the daily, 61.56. The weekly, it's 52.44 out there, giving you profile levels. And I do hope that that helps you out. So, Hector, thanks again for sharing. Much appreciated. Let's go to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you very much for asking. And Amazon is the stock that you're calling about. Tell the folks what you're doing and how I can best help you.
I've been waiting for that gap to be filled, and it finally did that this morning. So I took a shot, and I think I got a pretty good price. I didn't buy the shares. I just got in with the call option, and so
okay.
I got it. It was right around 80.70 when I bought it. So that would be my stop. Anything below today's low, and there wasn't much there other than that. I think that it should hopefully do that with lighter volume. I want to say that gap up day had 175 million shares. So that's, why I decided to do it. And I was hoping you could just take a look at maybe the shorter term charts and see if there's anything there you see.
Absolutely. So with regard to Amazon here, just to describe again what Brent is doing so you can see it visually on the chart, he's referring to this gap to the upside. That was a trading day of November the 10th. And he's exactly correct. There was 173 plus million shares that traded on that day. So far, Brent, the pullback today is 31 million shares, 32 million shares. Even if we multiply that times 3, we're still going to be on much lighter volume out there. The level that Brent wants to see this close above is the high from the trading day of November 9th. And that high out there, folks, is 89.48 out there. On a weekly time frame for Amazon, no bottom pattern just yet, nor do we have a bottom pattern on the monthly time frame chart. Brent, we get back to this breakout here. I'll pull up my other intraday charts for Amazon so we can take a look at multiple time frames for you. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, we've got markets, U.S. equities trading lower. The Dow's down 246, S&P's up 45, NASDAQ 100 is down 183. We're taking a look at Amazon with Brent in Martinez, California. Amazon right now trading out at 89.20. So Brent took a long position this morning, did it via call options because of the gap to the upside inside of Amazon. And that test right now is on a lighter volume out there. He wants to take a look at the intraday charts. Brett, the only intraday chart out here that I think has the best pattern set up is the 30-minute time frame. What I mean by that, there's a clear A to B equals CD to the downside that was confirmed at 11:30 this morning. And it was confirmed because it generated that bullish engulfing candle. So that's the first thing. So you've got at least a bottom signal. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is that there's a new 30-minute profile that also formed at 11:30, and that profile is above price. That tells us about overhead supply. So now it's a bearish message. But before you even have to worry about that, by the way, the bottom of that profile is 90.34. The top is at 91.19, and the center's at 90.91. So if price were to make its way inside there, your real battle would be between 90.91 and 91.19 on a 30-minute time frame. But I would say the more important level to be watching is the 30-minute oscillator and change line. Price has been below the oscillator and change line since 1,300 hours on December 1st. So if price was able to close above that, that would give you a signal, at least on an intraday basis, of a short-term change in trend, again, with those battles up ahead with that new profile that is formed. Right now, on a 30-minute basis, the oscillator and change line is printed out at 89.89. Brent, any questions about this 30-minute time frame chart or anything else that I've reviewed or shared so far?
No, that's great, Steve. That's very helpful. I'll have to look at it in an archive. I'm on a hike right now, so I don't have my
that sounds very
in front of
cool.
me, but that's very helpful. I appreciate it.
Okay, so the one other thing I'll suggest that you go take a look at as well, and I'm going to go ahead so you can watch the archive, is the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame for Amazon does have a confirmed A to B equals CD to the downside. The B point on this was the trading week of May 23rd, which had volume of 490 million shares. The week that began October 31st did 654 million shares as it passed that B point. So this does say that longer term, Amazon should make its way down to at least 59.18. Price right now, Brent, is on the strong side or the left side of the C to D leg out there. So it may just be a short-term trade that you've got, maybe this longer-term pattern on the weekly kicks in out there. So I just throw that out there. Go ahead and take a look at that chart as well. So what are you seeing on your hike? Beautiful skies?
Oh, a lot of beautiful nature.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Well, thank you for sharing time on your hike with us. We're just taking a hike through these markets out there. So be safe, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon, I hope.
All right. Thank you so much. You have yourself a great day and a great week.
You bet. That was Brent in Martinez, California. Let's go to our next request. Our next request is from Tim M. And Tim wanted to take a look at, oops, I take that back. Sorry about that. We're going to go to Dennis's request. Dennis wants to take a look at Microsoft. He's looking for a bottom out here. So right now we take a look at the 3 time frame charts for Microsoft. On a daily basis, you got a nice TD9 count bottom. I don't have a top. Price is just pulling back, just kind of sentiment with regard to the market. Now, price is trading above the top of its daily profile. You're looking for a bottom, Dennis, out here. That top is at 245.38. That's one potential spot. The more ideal spot would be in the 239.84 to 240.95 area. So I take a look at Microsoft on a weekly basis. We have a confirmed by the D-point pattern. Price right now, it did appear last week that this was in breakout mode as price had taken out the top of its weekly profile. That, Dennis, is at 248.42. If price closes back inside that area, you could pick up Microsoft around the 238.94-ish area. That is the weekly oscillator and change line. You've got a nice TD9 count bottom on the monthly time frame, so this does suggest, and wanting to try to be long, you got that nice bottom on the daily. The question is, where is price headed to? When we look at a 30-minute chart out here, so I know you're looking for a bottom. If we look at a 30-minute time frame chart, what we see is a failed TD9 count bottom. And that TD9 count bottom formed at 2:30. That was yesterday afternoon. And that failed at 10:30 this morning when price closed below it. So now what you've got out here, Dennis, is one possible spot for a bottom is around the 241.42 level. That is the breakout level on a 30-minute basis for Microsoft. So I don't see, even though we talked about on the daily time frame, price is pulling back, it's testing its oscillator and change line, it's trading above the top of the daily. Watch the short-term time frame charts out there for Microsoft as well as the market. And what I mean by the market is that if we do see, for example, the ES Mini close below key support at 39.39, that would suggest not looking for a bottom in Microsoft until we see a bottom inside the markets overall. So I hope that makes sense and that helps you out. Yes, I do. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. Thank you. So I did all that, and I kept the charts on the black background table, and Mr. Bill was very kind in the way that he approached that, which is put up the Microsoft chart, Stevie. So there's the Microsoft charts. Here you can see price attacking the green oscillator and change line, still above it. That's good. You can see the 245.38, the top of the profile. Nice bottom on the monthly. Nice bottom on the weekly chart. Here's that 30-minute chart. This is the one that's most important right now. Most important, at least for Dennis, in that this did negate the TD9 count bottom. And there's your breakout level of 241.42. So that's what I'd be looking for. I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in, Dennis. And now let's go to Tim's request. And Tim wanted to take a look at Electronic Arts. EA is the ticker symbol. So let's get that up on our screen out here. Let's go see what EA is doing. Right now, EA is trading out at, come on, charts. Come on. We're live here. People are waiting. It's trading out at about 127.90. It's testing the bottom of a daily profile, new profile that is formed. I see that on my black background screens, not on the white ones. So, Tim, let me see if I have your question here. It would be good for Stevie to read the question. EA, I'd like to take a long position in Electronic Arts. Can you please take a look at the daily and weekly levels? Yeah. Okay, so you've got a brand new, so this is interesting, a brand new, I'm going to change screens out here. I know I'll probably screw it up again, but it is what it is. I can't show you that new profile. It's not showing up on the white background charts, but here you can see it, and that is the 127.40 level. Now let's just pull this daily chart open. Let's just take a look. So, Electronic Arts on the way up. has held the bottom of its daily profiles out there. The last time it tested the bottom of daily profile was back on November the 2nd. So you've got that going right now. That's at the 127.40 level. Here as you take a look at this, but you're also trading right into resistance. So support 127.40, resistance 133.67, the top of the weekly, top of the monthly 135.03. So this has got a lot of battles out there, that being Electronic Arts. Let's go switch back to the white background charts out here. Take a quick peek at those. We'll look at the 30-minute time frame, see if it's providing Tim with any kind of assistance or help out here. So we know that the daily's testing support. Voila. The 30-minute time frame, what does it do? Forms a TD9 count bottom at breakout support of 127.03. So you're looking for a potential entry. I would say now is the time if you wanted to take that, and I would close it out if you got to close below 127.03. So I don't know what your time frame is, if it's longer term, but from a trade standpoint, you've got key support that's held, and you've got a TD9 count on the 30-minute time frame. That was for Electronic Arts. We get back from this breakout here. We're going to take a look at ticker symbol MNRL. That's for Electric Light Orchestra. That's inside our Tiger's Den. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years, with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back. We take a look at your symbol MNRL. We can see it formed yesterday, a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price with inside its daily profile. The level of support here and where it may be targeting is 32.50. That is the bottom of its daily profile. The weekly chart, it's only Tuesday, but right now it shows a bearish engulfing candle. That would confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. You've also got wave number 7 that is present out there. But price is holding that green oscillator and change line. A close below that would suggest lower price, that being 33.35. It's too early in the month to tell what the monthly chart is going to look like. With regard to MNRL, there is the potential that this will form a 30-minute TD9 count bottom and do that between 12 and 12:30. What that should lead to, Electric Light, is a bounce higher at least. That bounce should take you up towards its oscillator and change on at about 34.24. Don't quote me on that number because it is going to change as price moves up and down. But you could get a bit of a counter trend move. Otherwise, it looks like price wants to target either 32.50 or 29.85. Dan is considering a trade inside of AMC. Let's switch over to the AMC charts out here. And AMC, if we take a look at the daily time frame, it's got a TD9 count. The weekly time frame has a TD9 count bottom. The daily has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out here. But price right now, Dan, is below its red oscillator and change line at 719. As long as price remains below that, closing below that, what we should see for AMC is a move back to 604 to 538 out there. TD9 count is forming out here on a 65-minute time frame. This says at 12:45 you could see a bottom there and a bounce from there. 30-minute chart has a TD9 count. However, it closed below 698 at 12 noon, and right now you're at 696, would negate that signal. In fact, that would then suggest lower price inside of AMC, but I think that's kind of what we came up with anyway out there, which is that price is likely to head lower, 604 being a price target. Nicholas wanted to take a look at Tesla. For that, we're going to switch over to our black background screens just to keep this thing rolling here. Now, Tesla, by the way, Nicholas, I know you took a long position out here, a long call position. You were asking about support. Yes. Brand new bullish structure daily profile. It's fairly narrow out there. And that low is at 177.78. You want to see price stay above that resistance, 188.35. Longer term, Tesla headed to 107.03 at least. That is a confirmed weekly A to B equals CD to the downside. Folks, stay tuned for great programming. I'll see you on Wonderful Wednesday. Please have a terrific Tuesday, and thanks for joining us.